The next woman we visit with is Blondell Searles, and she's been a friend of Carmen and mine for, I don't know for how long. And we've done a bunch of stories with her that go way back there. But one of the most interesting stories features a man, an old pioneer type going back to the 1850s, 60s, or somewhere around in there, named Ben Lilly.
We need something to kind of walk along there and kind of stomp the woods because the snakes is bad. Honey, I can't deal with the snakes.
Isn't it always the second person? Wait, I'm the second person.
She braves the waving weeds despite her fear of slithering serpents, lured to the woods by folktale and history.
Here's me, there's bees on this side.
And a house that once accommodated the legendary Ben Lilly.
This is an ancient old hunter that used to be around these parts way back when, the early 1900s. And he could fight bear, he could hunt anything. He had a pack of dogs he always took, and he just lived upon the land for years.
And that's how you connect him to this house back here?
Because he came through every once in a while, and he had spent the night and everything. So he was signed his name with a B and a little lily, and he could write some of the gorgeous handwriting for an old hunter that he ever was.
If this house could talk, it would speak of Ben Lilly and 100-year-old stories of black bear and mountain lions, and how a barefooted man once guided Teddy Roosevelt, Lilly the woodsman, who hunted often with the griffins as their guest.
According on who was the youngest gets to tell the tale and gets, take it on to the next generation, and who's granddaddy and who's brother and sister, and that's what they did back then. And still today, people, families and stuff just keep telling some more tales and stories, and if they don't like it, they just add a little more to it and take away a little more, and so it's just, but that's really the way the stuff is preserved.
Built long before the 20th century, the old Griffin home was modernized, not by the Griffins, but families that came later. But to Blondell Searles, there ain't nothing here that's modern, including windows and floors and a tattered old pie safe.
This probably was the kitchen because this is an old safe-looking, pie safe-looking thing, or Hoosier cabinet, they called it a long time ago. It was in here, and this is like probably the era. It was in here, and I said, it's old. See these little old panes and stuff? See, that's how they was made, like way back when. And that glass is thick, usually thick, thick, thick. This is a piece of old linoleum, way back when linoleum, probably some of the first that come out.
With an inside once contemporary, the outside's historic, betrayed slightly by a glass jug on a porch made of planks. But the finger-made bricks and hand-hewed logs seal in history this ancient dwelling, and legends like old Ben Lilly.
It's just, you kind of get a piece of history going back like this and seeing how they lived and what they did, and it's just real interesting to see how people did do this, and when they didn't have nothing, just tools in hand to do all this. And you just can't imagine a bunch of folks going out into the woods and doing this kind of stuff and making a home and a house, and they sit there and raised their families, and they hunted, fished, and fed everybody, and back then they were so happy, a lot happier than we are now. Huh?
In North Louisiana, undisclosed in location, Lewis Redden reporting.
That's Backroads Classics for this week. We hope you'll join us again next week, and we'll dig some more out of the vault and look at them together.